are you really looking for in terms of a permanent relationship, like getting married to a person? Obviously, it's individual choice. Some people within the same coupleship or same husband and wife, they get married. The wife would say, I'm looking for security. I'm looking to have a family. I'm looking to have children. And I'm looking to a husband who will take care of me, provide for me. The husband, on the other hand, says, I want a wife who looks good in front of the family, or security also. I want a companionship of some kind. Well, will your love last? That's the criteria we are talking about here. Most people ignore this very crucial aspect. Even in India, where everything is just about trade these days, we have been traders for thousands of millennia. So, everything is taken in terms of trade. I'll give you this and you give me that. Husband and wife just get married, there is a bunch of points, and then you do whatever. It's not my problem. That's the view in traditional India these days. They are ignoring the science here. What are we speaking about? We are speaking about one of the good, important, and much ignored criteria of determining from the Vedic Astrology charts, will your love last or not? Through life, you want the love and compatibility to last, yes? If that's your criteria, if you're a sensitive looking for a love that lasts, this could be one of the scores you need to see. So let's get into it. Bhakoot is one of the 8 aspects that are used to assess the compatibility between two individuals in Vedic astrology. The Bhakoot score is calculated based on the position of the moon in natal charts of the two individuals being compared. Depending on the position of the moon, the Bhakoot score can range from 0 to 7, with higher scores indicating greater compatibility. A higher Bhakoot score is considered to be auspicious for the relationship, indicating that the partners, and here's the key, are likely to have a deep emotional connection and spiritual compatibility. Listen up, all you lightworkers, healers who are looking for partnerships that have emotional connection and spiritual compatibility. This could be your key. So what really is the Bhakoot compatibility criteria? Let's just see it. You can see there on the right side, I have stuck in a chart, like a sample diamond style North Indian chart, okay? And I have placed moon in the 4th house. And these are the positions calculated from the moon. So second position will be the 5th house, third position will be the 6th house, and it goes all the way up till 12. This is the position calculated from the moon. Okay, keep this in mind, this figure. The first criteria is same sign. If the moon is in the same sign for both individuals, this is considered to be the best position, and the results in a Bhakoot score of 7. This indicates that the partners have a strong emotional spiritual connection. Number 2, the signs that are 2nd, 12th and 9th from each other. Just look at that figure, what it means. If the moon is in signs that are 2nd, 12th or 9th from each other, this results in a Bhakoot score of 0. This position is considered inauspicious and indicates lack of emotional and spiritual compatibility between partners. We are talking about lasting love here, through years, through the decades of your life, okay? Not just a honeymoon phase or not just first 5-10 years of your life. Number 3, signs that are 3rd, 11th, 6th or 8th from each other. If the moon is in signs that are 3rd, 11th, 6th or 8th from each other, this results in a Bhakoot score of 1. This position is considered to be average and indicates some emotional spiritual compatibility between partners, but not the strongest. Number 4, signs that are 4th, 7th, 10th from each other. If the moon is in signs that are 4th, 7th and 10th from each other, this results in a Bhakoot score of 2. This position is considered to be better than average and indicates a good level of emotional and spiritual compatibility between partners. Number 5, signs that are 5th and 9th from each other. If the moon is in signs that are 5th, 9th from each other, this results in a Bhakoot score of 3. This position is considered to be quite good and indicates a strong emotional spiritual connection between partners. So the chart you see over there is evaluated for both the man and the woman. The moons in each chart, the signs in each chart is compared like this. and it is calculated. Now let's see how Parashara Light, the software that I use, calculates it. The Parashara Light calculates the Bhakoot score as this. First, the software determines the moon sign in each individual based on their chart birth details such as date, time, place of birth. Then the software calculates the distance between moon signs of the two individuals. This is done by counting the number of signs between the two moon signs, starting from the moon sign of the woman and ending at the moon sign of the man. The software then assigns a Bhakoot score based on the distance between the moon signs. The score, of course, ranges from 0 to 7, as we saw previously, 7 being the highest score, indicating best emotional spiritual compatibility between partners. Does this mean that if the Bhakoot score is high, the couples are happy together? Does this mean if the Bhakoot score is 0, that the couple is miserable with each other? It is slightly more complicated than that. So I have stuck in 3 case studies of couples that have come to me for consultation, and let's see their scores as it is taken from the software itself. Now this is the case study comparison of the 2 charts compatibility report from the first couple. This couple on the surface look all happy and in love completely now because they're just beginning the journey. But look at that, there is a Bhakoot score of 0. I have highlighted that in that rectangle. We'll take the other factors in later videos, okay? We'll examine which are the important ones to consider. But just look at the Bhakoot score. They get, out of 7, they get 0. So this couple is going to have an issue, a fading sort of love through life. Isn't that sad? In case study number 2, we have this couple who has got a Bhakoot score full marks, 7 out of 7. So they are going to have love between them throughout their life. But this is the same couple which I had shown you in the earlier video, who is constantly quarreling because they have an elemental incompatibility. That's why I'm saying it gets more complicated than evaluating just one factor. You see, this couple may have love throughout their life for one another. But the problem is they have an elemental incompatibility, so they need to really understand. This is where the individual understanding between the husband and wife comes into picture. They need to really sit down and evaluate stuff. Now for all those people who say, I just want a whole bunch of vehicles, whole bunch of cars and bikes and good house and lots of servants and material, economical wealth and prosperity in my marriage. For all those who are bent upon having more of security, financial, emotional, etc., you got to look at this case study number 3. This couple that I know of, they have everything going on for them. They are extremely prosperous. Both the husband and wife are doing very well in their careers. They have a lot of money, they have a lot of property, and they have a lot of everything. But look at the Bhakoot score, and it showed in their relationship. It is fading. There is 0 score. So what if rest of the things you have? So what if you have money? What if you have wealth? It doesn't mean a damn thing if you are not having love between husband and wife, is there? This is the reason why you got to sit and examine these kinds of things. We'll take more of these kind of critical criteria evaluation in relationships, as far as I can see. It's what I have seen between couples in the videos to come. Meanwhile, take care, be safe.